Hello everyone, this is Gil with Padawan Unlimited, a Star Wars Unlimited trading card game YouTube channel and podcast. If this is your first time listening to any of my videos or watching them, please consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. It really helps out and it's incredibly motivating to be able to support the community in this way. Today, I'm going to talk about something really important for those, especially for those who are going to the first ever Galactic Championships at the end of July for Star Wars Unlimited, the trading card game. At the end of July, from July 25th to 27th of 2025, thousands of people are going to be converging to Las Vegas, Nevada, here in the United States of America, in order to participate in the first ever Galactic Championship event for Season 0 of organized play for Star Wars Unlimited trading card game. This is going to, bring together not only competitive players, but content creators, casual players, other competitors, and a variety of collectors, because there's a lot of different events that are going to be happening over this long weekend. This video is really going to be focused on those casual and collector people who are trying to obtain a variety of prizes from the prize wall of this event. For example, on the screen here, I have alternate art showcase card for Luke Skywalker, who is a leader from Set 1, Spark of Rebellion of Star Wars Unlimited, the trading card game, right? This is the only event so far in which you can actually get it without having to achieve some type of top ranking at a sector or regional qualifier competitive event. You can achieve this with 5,000 prize wall tickets. This is also the other showcase variant that is available will be Vader, again, for another 5,000 tickets. There are also items like game mats, which are going to be potentially exclusive to the event, especially if they have that Galactic Championship like moniker on the top left side. These will also probably go for around 1,000 prize wall tickets apiece, similar to the sector regional qualifier competitive events. There will be 8 alternate art promo variants for the first 5 sets of Star Wars Unlimited, the trading card game as well. If we are going to use historical data as a moniker or as a point of reference, each of these cards, and they're going to be again 8 different alternate art promo variants for cards from set 1 through 5. Each of these cards will go for at least 200 tickets apiece. There are also going to be prizes like aspect pins, card sleeves, card boxes, individual set logo pins, and other special stuff. Be a variety of prizes, but the things that are going to be unique to the Galactic Championships are going to be exclusive sleeves and deck boxes. Probably going to go for around 200 prize wall tickets apiece. And finally, most excitingly, there is going to be these silver promo packs for the Galactic Championships, which will have, I think, 3 cards in each pack, similar to the other like weekly play, organized play promo packs. There are going to be 12 possible promos to be available only at the Galactic Championships and only from these Galactic Championship card packs. I'm not exactly sure how much these are going to be, but what I would assume is at minimum at least 100 tickets, similar to other events where 100 tickets got you a pack of any variety, aside from carbonite packs at previous events. Okay, so let's put this all together. Now, I'm going to make a couple assumptions here. Like, for example, maybe you have all your aspect pins. You're really not going to get any of the previous stuff. There's really just things that you want specifically from the Galactic Championships. So that's number one being the showcase, like whether that be a Luke or a Vader showcase. One of each of the 8 promo cards for the event, a game mat that's exclusive to the event, a deck box that's exclusive, an exclusive sleeve, and then silver packs, enough to potentially get all the cards, but just a couple in that sense, so that you can start filling out your collection and potentially do some trades. Now, if we put this all together, that's 8,400 tickets. That seems like a lot, and it is, but we're going to talk about how can we develop some strategies so that you can maximize your time and ticket generation for over the course of that 3-day event, especially if you're playing in the main event. If not, that you have a little bit more time because you have the full 3 days to really do side events in order to generate this. But let's get started. So, how to get tickets, prize wall tickets, in order to pay for all these prizes that you want. Well, the main way of doing that is going to be playing at side events throughout this 3-day event. Side events are either on demand, which means that as soon as they're available and you can get a group of people to play, they will fire and you can play, or they're scheduled, which means that they have like their time slots at like 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., etc. And those are the only times that they're going to be able to be run. To participate in each of these events, you have to trade in, from what I'm understanding now, is you have to trade in side event tickets. So a side event ticket is worth $5 right now. So for example, the on-demand Premier Play Pod, which is the first event, costs 2 side event tickets for $10 total. You then play this event, and throughout the event, you get your prizes. Depending on your win or loss record, that will determine the amount of tickets that you can get. There are 10 listed here that I have been made aware of in terms of what's on the main website, the Galactic Championships website. I'll send that link, put that link in the description for you all so that you have it for your own reference. But the only event I don't have listed here in terms of cost and time is that there is something called League Play. So what League Play is that for 4 side event tickets, which is about $20, you get a couple things. And this is something that is really going to help you with your planning. The first is that you get a synchronized strike game mat. So there's limited quantities each day, but you get a game mat for this. And then you also get 100 prize wall tickets per game that you play, up to 4 games per day. So that means for $20 that you get you potentially get a mat, and you get 400 prize wall tickets, which is already economically very valuable for you. And this is one of the first things that I would suggest that you sign up for if you can, because this is also done daily. Okay, so let's dive in a little bit deeper into this. Now, each of the on-demand events is really based, and well, pretty much every event that you have here, the tickets that you can generate is based on win and loss records. So, for example, for the on-demand Premier Pod Play, there are it's single game match, single elimination. You get 100 prize wall tickets for participating, and then you get 300 prize tickets for winning a match, and then 100 prize tickets for losing a match. If we go into some of the other events, so for example, Twin Suns. For that one, it's 1 game, 90 minutes. It's 200 prize wall tickets for each participant, and then 400 prize wall tickets per winner. Now, I'm not going to go through. You can go through the website for all the really big breakdowns in terms of tickets and costs and everything like that. I have a summary up top. But suffice to say, I did the math, and also Mike from the Nordic Takedown. Shout out to Mike from Nordic Takedown. Follow them, like, subscribe, check out their content. It's really, really good stuff. He was conversing with me in our Discord, and we're finding the best way to generate tickets, particularly if you're solo. Now, the reason I say this is because based on the feedback notification based on the information that we received from Xander and during one of the live streams, they noted that prize tickets are not transferable. So not exactly sure what that means in terms of like how that's going to be organized, because for sector and regional qualifiers, you had paper tickets that you can pretty much give to other people if you so desired. I don't know if that's going to be the same case here. I hope so, but assuming things are not transferable, I want to be able to go through the breakdown of the most efficient way to generate tickets as a solo player going into this event. Now, of course, there are strategies for different groups. If you have 8 people, 4 people, 16, whatever, like there's definitely efficient ways that if you can share tickets, that would be great. But the assumption right now is that you have to kind of generate the tickets by yourself, and that you can only use them for yourself. We'll start off with one example. I think a pretty basic example so that we can understand the calculations that are going into this analysis. So let's assume that you're going for one showcase, and that's really your goal for the side events, and that's 5,000 tickets that you need. the most efficient way to generate tickets, especially from a solo perspective, is to play the on-demand Premier Play. And the reason I say that is because you can either get 1,000 tickets for an hour and a half worth of time, right? Especially for the one, for that's 100 tickets for participating, then 300, 300, 300 for each round, right? So that's 1,000 total. Or conversely, you pay $10 and you lose the first round, so you get 200 tickets, one for participating and one for your match loss. So that is the most time effective, not necessarily the most cost effective, but the most time effective way of approaching this for ticket generation in order to achieve your goal of 5,000 tickets. Now, the total range here, so for example, if you need 5,000 tickets, if you can go undefeated 5 times, right? That's 7.5 hours. That's $50. You can get a showcase for $50. And unrelated, I think that the showcases are definitely going to go for like $300 to $500 easy. And now we can see, and now you can see the reason why you should be charging that if you so desire to generate some money, generate tickets in order to get a showcase to sell it. If you lose your first round every single time, then that means it's going to take you 25 attempts to do this or so. So that's $250 up to 12 and a half hours. And I say that 12 and a half hours because my assumption is that you're joining a new pod. It's gonna take a couple minutes. You're playing aggro. You're playing an aggro deck, which I suggest that you do at these side events. And you can get your match done within 15 minutes. You have to sign up again. So 30-minute total time frame. If you are losing every single first match that you play at the on-demand play. This is definitely the most time effective time to ticket generation that you can do. Again, if we look at the events up top, the Premier Play is $10, 90 minutes. All the other events cost more, and the scheduled events are long periods of time, right? There's gonna be downtime in between, so even though you might get more tickets at the end, you have to go undefeated in order to get like however many tickets, like 2,000, 4,000 tickets, however many tickets that might be. And that is not necessarily an effective use of time when you are trying to do it within 3 days, especially if you're playing at the main event. If we extrapolate that information from the 5,000 ticket scenario, so let's say you were trying to get your mat, a showcase, and etc. From back in the example I shared earlier in this video, you need 8,400 tickets. If you can go undefeated each time, that's $90, about roughly 14 hours in order to achieve that goal. And if you split that between 3 days, 7 hours, 4.5 hours each time, that's each day. That's pretty good ratios. Now, if we go on to if you lose, right? So let's say you go round one, it's 420. The worst case scenario here is that it takes about 21 hours or so, which is really, really difficult. $420 USD to get everything that you achieve, that you want to achieve in terms of prizing. Again, this is a very specific scenario, assuming that you want one of every, like a little bit of everything and a showcase, right? So I will say that if you're looking at trying to generate tickets, right, you have to think about depending on how good of a player you are, right, it can be anywhere in between $50 to a little over $400 to achieve whatever you need to achieve whatever you're trying to get. Now, again, it's really nice to have an internal group of 8. But again, until we get more information on if we can split tickets or how we would split tickets, which I hope we can do, the most effective way is to do single elimination pods on demand. Whenever you lose, simply jump into new pod. Otherwise, you'll be losing an hour or so, especially if you were in a group of other people, just kind of idling around. That's pretty much it. So basically, win or lose, the most effective way in terms of time to ticket ratio is to jump into a new pod immediately, specifically the on-demand Premier pods. Those will give you the best bang for your buck. If you can join the league play, join that as well, because that's a little bonus. For only $20, you get a game mat that's exclusive to the event, as well as 400 tickets for each game that you play. As more information is kind of revealed, right? If there's any more information that's revealed, I will do an updated video specifically, the week of the Galactic Championship event, so that you can get the latest and greatest information as you plan for your events. And with that, thank you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe. Until next time, may the force be with you.